So what does, which
X.
x, that's right, the variable is x, so we're missing the second value, which is the y.
Y.
For this one, what is given? The second value, which is
Y.
the y. So we need to find the x.
The
Let's
X.
plug this x 0 here. If you plug 0 here, what would the y be in this equation?
0.
So if you
Oh no.
substitute x with 0, right,
Boy.
would be 0 plus y, which is 4, right?
Boy.
So the y will be 4. Then the second one, we know the y, the second value. So we're going to replace this one with y with 0. It will be 0 plus x, which is x, and then x will be 4, and so on. Let me do this on the whiteboard. So that's the idea. So you plug the value that you have, you put it into the equation, and then you will have 3 pairs, 3 points on a graph. Then you're going to plot those points on the graph, and you draw a line through them. Okay, let me open the. Okay, you guys see the question? Okay. X plus 4. We're going to find this value here, the y. We're going to find the x. We're going to find the y. So let me open the whiteboard. All right, so this is 3.2, and the question is, so I'm gonna do 11, and for the homework you're doing 12, 14, 16. They're the same way. Let's do 11. So that's 11. So the equation again. Okay, you guys see my whiteboard, right?
Yes.
Okay, so x plus y is 4 as the equation, but we have 3 pairs, incomplete ones. So we have 0 here. The other one is 0. And here we have 2, but we don't know why. So each one of these, we have x and y. So the first value is always x, the second one is y. Okay, so let's fill up or find this value here. We don't know the value here. So we're missing the y.
Y.
So we're going to take the x. We're going to take the x, this is x, we're going to plug it instead of this x. So if x is 0, we need to find y. This is just for the first pair. We're just doing this one, and later we're going to do the same thing with the other one. So let's plug that. So instead of the x, we're going to put the value of x, which is given, so it will be 0 plus y is 4. Then you solve this for y. What is 0 plus y? 0 plus y, everybody? What is 0 plus y? No, this side. So 0 plus y will be y. It means y is 4. Okay, so the missing value here is 4. Okay, so we completed this one. Let's do the other one here. So what is missing in this one? The second pair?
X.
The x, that's right. So now we're going to do this one. We don't know the value of x, but we do know the y, which is 0. So we're going to say x is unknown, but y is known, and that's 0. The same thing, we're going to plug. So x is not known, so we're going to say x plus the value of y, right? Plus 0 is 4. And then you solve this, okay? X plus 0 again will be x and 4 here. So that 4 goes here. And last one, same thing. So this time, what do we know again what's missing?
X. Y missing.
We know the x, we don't know the y. So we're going to have to find the y. So we're going to say, so if x is 2, what's the y? Okay, so we're going to have to find the y, same way. So we'll have to plug the 2 into what? Into the same equation. So we have the same equation we're working with. This time we're going to put the x here. That would be 2 plus, We don't know the y, so we need to solve for y. We get this. What do you do now to solve for y? Everybody, what do we do?
Minus 2 on both sides.
So we need to solve, we subtract 2, subtract 2. So the y is 2. Okay, so the last one is complete 2. So each one of these is called an order pair, order pair, order pair.
Okay.
In the second part of the question, let me read it. It says, so complete the pairs we did, complete each pair we did, and the second part is graph each equation by plotting the points. So each one of these is a point. So we're going to put them on a graph and see how the line ends up. So it should be all on the same line. So we're going to do the graph like this. This is the x-axis. If the graph is not given to you, you can make your own easily. So x is here, y is here. You put some numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Positive numbers here. You have some negative numbers here. Positive numbers up. Negative number down. Or you can use graphing paper. If you want to print it out from the internet, you can use it. Or you can draw your own graph. So each one of these is a point. Let's start with the first one.
0, 4.
0, 4. So again, the first value is x, second one is y. We're going to put this on the graph. So first you start with the x, which you find on the x-axis, on this axis. Where do you find this point?
In the middle.
In the middle. So this is x0. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4. The other side is -1, -2, -3. Always start with the x on the x-axis, not the y.
So you always start on the x-axis?
That's right. Always start on the x-axis. Locate to that point. Then you need to go to the y. So the y is on the
Up
axis.
4 times.
That's right. So start from x, which is here. Then we need to go to the y. If it's positive, we go up. If it's negative, we go down. If it's 0, you would stay here. If the y is 0, you would stay on this axis. So in this case, it's positive. I'm going to start from here and go up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4. So we don't actually mark this point. We just start from here on point this. So we start
We just count it up.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the first point. This one. Then the second one is 4, 0. Same way. 4, 0. So x is 4, y is 0. Where do you find the 4 again? On the axis?
From x.
On the x. So the first one would be here. On what side would it be? From the 0, on what side?
X?
Right.
On what side? So the 0 is in the middle. Where
Right.
the right side. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is 4. Okay, the x is 4, the y is 0. So the x is here. We need to go to the y. If it's positive, we go up. If it's negative, we go down. But in this case, it's 0. So where do you
0.
we stay right?
Right here.
Okay, so start from x4. The y is 0, we stay here. If it was positive, it would go up, negative, go down, but it's 0. Good, then the third point, 2, 2.
Line.
So first again, start with the x, always on this axis. 2 is here.
2. Go up.
That's right, so we're gonna start from here. And the y is 2, so we're going, from here we're gonna go up 2 units, because 2 is here. So that's the point. When I look at it this way, okay, this is the point 2, 2. The x is 2, the y is also 2. What do you notice about these 3 points? This one, that one, and that one.
Line.
That's right, they all belong to the same line. 1, 2, 3, because this is a linear equation. That means it's a line. So now we can draw the line through all 3. Hold on a sec. You choose a line here. So your points must end up on the same line like this. Otherwise, something wrong. Okay, because again, it's a linear equation. They should all end up on the same line. If one of the points ends up off the line, there's something wrong with your signs. Check the solutions and fix it. Okay, everyone, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, that's basically how you graph linear equations. It will give you incomplete pairs. For example, here, you were given this, this, and this. If you don't have your pairs, you can make up your own. Okay? Let's say you have an equation, you don't have your pairs, you can always make up your own like this. Start with 0 here, and also put 0 here, and choose another number, any number you want, 1, 2, 3, on either side, either X or Y. You can put any number on each side. For example, you can put the 1 here, and find the other one. So if you have a table or incomplete
Why you
pairs.
do that? I'm sorry, Professor.
Yeah.
My
Okay. So if you have a table or incomplete pairs, you can fill them, or you can make up your own. If you just give you an equation, for example, this, I said graph this. If I don't give you this, you can make up your own. And once you complete them, use a graph to fill them. Okay, so that would be the same for all those questions, 13, 15, 16, 18. Okay, Omani, does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. So why would you do that?
Huh?
I'm sorry, Professor.
Talking to
My
someone?
daughter.
Okay, all right. All right, so that's that. So all these questions can be done the same way. Okay, everybody else, any other questions?
No.
Lydia, Omani, Miller, Marie, Sharon, Shtavia. Just let me know if you have any other questions. Let's look at this one here. So 14, 16, 18, all the same. Okay, and let's look at the 20s. We share this again. So we did the first one here, 11. The rest of them are done the same way. So the rest of these are all done the same way. So you're doing 12, 14, 16. Now let's go to the 20s. From the homework, you need to do 20, 22, 24, and so on. Let's look at some 20s questions. For the homework, you're doing 21, 22, so on. Let me do one of these. Let me do, for example, let me do 21. And you'll do 22 later for the homework. So let me do this one. Same question here. So find X and Y intercepts. Then graph each equation. Very similar to this one. Only difference is here they give you the pairs to complete, but here you get to make up your own. Okay, so again, find X and Y intercepts. Those are the zeros. That's what we mean by X and Y intercepts. They are the zeros here in the pairs. And then graph each. So we only need 2 points here, X and Y. That means this, something like this. 0 here, and then another point with 0 in the X. Only these two. We fill them up, and then we graph them like this. Okay, so that's 21. X plus 6y equals 0. X plus 6y equals 0. Let's go switch to the whiteboard. I'm going to clear this. You guys done with this? Maybe actually, let's leave it here. So there's 21 from the same unit. Okay, and the question was plus 6y. So it's to find the, just right, 6y. There's the whiteboard. Oh, here. Okay, so just says graph set, and it says find the X and Y intercepts. This is what I mean by, again, start your own pairs like this. And we're missing here the X, here we're missing the Y. That's what we call the X-Intercept. Okay, so when the Y is 0, that's what we call the X-Intercepts. And the other one, this time The x is 0. We don't know the y. So what are we going to call this? What do we call this one?
Y intercept. Okay.
We're going to call this the y-intercept. So intercept like this. Okay, so whenever you hear X-intercept, simply means the y is 0. So the x here, the y here. So X-intercept means put 0 on the y and find this one. Same thing with the second one. This time we know the x. We don't know the y, so this will be the y-intercept. Okay, basically the one that's missing. So x is missing, that's why it's called the X-intercept. The y is missing, so it's called y-intercept. We're going to find these the same way we just did. So the equation is this. So let's start with the first one. So we don't know this. So again, this is x and y. That's the equation. What do we do with the x and y to find the equation, to find the missing value?
Plug it.
Right, so we're going to plug the y, goes here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to try to figure out the x because we don't know it. So it'll be 6 plus 6 times somebody
Zero.
else. What x times what?
10.
X times x plus 6. 6 times what? What goes in?
10.
0. Is that 0?
0. This is 0. Okay, this is
Oh,
just
this
a
is
comma.
0.
This is just
It's
a comma.
comma.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to put the 0 there, and then we're going to solve this to find the x. This cancels. What is x equal to?
0.
0. That's it. We're going to put 0 here. And that's basically it. For the other point, the same way. So this time, it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same point because if x is 0, the y will be 0. You see, for this one, the x is 0. It's going to be the same thing as the first one. So let's find out. Okay, so same thing. This time we know the x, we don't know the y. So we're going to plug that into the equation here. X, we know, is 0 plus 6y is 0. Then we solve this. What is 0 plus 6y? 0 plus anything doesn't change it. It would be 6y
Sorry.
and 0. Then what do you do to get the y? Then divide by 6. Divide by 6. The y will be
0.
0.
okay. So basically, this is consistent. If x is 0, the y will be 0. Let me see if we need to graph this. This doesn't ask us to graph. Just find them. They happen to be the same. Okay, so here this is what we mean by x and y intercept. It means exactly this. So again, when you hear x-intercept, that means we don't know the x. Okay, but we do know the y, and that's 0. So this is x-intercept. What does y-intercept mean? Where do you put the 0?
And the x
So y-intercept means the y is missing.
is missing. Mm.
The 0 will be here. The next time you hear find x and y intercept, it just means two pairs. Do the 0 on one pair value, do the 0 on the other one, and complete the pair. Okay, that's the same for all those questions. Yes, so x and y intercepts, that's basically it. You write this down, then you find the missing values using the equation. Okay?
Yeah.
Everybody, does that make sense?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay, so again, just start with two pairs, put 0 on each side, and complete them. So here, that's the y, the x, so you gotta plug one to find the other. Let's try another one quickly here. 21, 20, let's look at 23. So y is negative 2x plus 4. Same question says find x and y intercepts. So this is x-intercept, and this is the y-intercept. That's what it means. Two pairs, incomplete one. What are we missing here?
X.
We're missing the x. So we're gonna plug the y. The y goes here. We need to find the x. So if you put 0, equals negative 2x
X plus
4. And you solve this. We're gonna solve this for x. We need x to go here. So we're gonna subtract 4. So this is negative 4. There's
Four.
negative 2x.
X
Okay. What do you do after that to get the x?
divided by negative 2
That's right. And divide by negative 2, divided by
plus
negative 2. This will be 2. And these cancel will be x. That's what we put here.
positive
Okay. For the second one, the same one.
positive
That's right.
X.
So this is again, this is the x-intercept. This is the y-intercept. So here we're going to plug. So what do we know now? We know x, but we don't know the y. So we're going to plug the x. It's going to go here. We're going to substitute here. What would this be?
Negative 2 times 0.
That's right. Negative 2 times x, which we know is 0,
0
plus 4.
You need to
4
And then what do we do after that?
equal to 4.
come
Y equal to 4.
That's right. So this cancels. We got to have 4. And that's it. We just completed the pairs. Okay. You guys got that?
Yes.
I'm hilarious.
All right. Do you guys have any other questions?
No.
Okay, everybody else?
No, Professor, I'm gonna try it to see what the outcome is.
Okay, take this, save this, or take pictures of it.
Okay.
And before you try any questions from the homework, try to go for the examples first and the videos as I showed you before, the resources, and then try it, okay? Most of it is not that bad. Most of it you can do. If something is difficult, like I always say, just write it down. When we meet, I'll explain it during Zoom meetings, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Do you guys have any questions left before we?
No.
No.
All right. Sharon, Lydia, Miller, Shatavia, you guys okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, just give it your best. Any difficult questions, write them down, and I'll explain them next time, okay?
Okay.
All right, so I'll see you again on Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right, I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Yeah.